contact Candace Owens and shut her up, the more the world is becoming awakened that something sinister is happening. But they could have been done. They could have ignored this. The book was finished. The series was the first part of the series was done. The people already knew. It's like a fire that they keep throwing gasoline on, but you have to ask yourself, why? Again, nobody's going to say never mind and forget about this. I think the answer is that we have stumbled upon something much bigger than Brigitte's genitals. I have to say it. And they need the worldwide inquiry to stop, because Brigitte is just one person in this tapestry of deception and lies and evil, quite frankly. Paris is a very interesting place. It is a hub of evil. It is really kind of the home of the quote unquote modern world, right? The world that existed post-French Revolution, sexual deviancy, the occult. One way or another, every time that I'm investigating somebody, I am led back to France. Like if you're in the book club, you know we have spoken so much about Aleister Crowley, the sexual magician, the occult, how he was friends with all of the elites. Well, he lived in Paris. He lived in Paris for 26 years, considered Paris a home. Brigitte Macron, André Gide, the self-admitted pederast who Emmanuel Macron thought to put in his presidential portrait. His little wink. Yeah, we did it. We pulled this off until, Xavier Poussard and Candace Owens teamed up. So what are we looking at here? What is going on in France, and what are the implications for the rest of the world? And I'll tell you guys this. Obviously, we're at the beginning of this thing. We are bringing you a new series. It will feature Epstein and Brigitte. And I've been researching this stuff and reading it now for years. But I can tell you definitively, and this is going to sound crazy. It's going to sound as crazy as when I first said Brigitte Macron was born a man. And everyone went, what? That's nutty. That cannot be true. I'm going to tell you right now that what all of these investigations have led me to believe is, and we will get there also with Epstein, first and foremost, the world is in fact a stage. You are looking at actors and actresses that are playing the part of leaders. And we are unwitting participants. It is a stage. I can tell you that I believe firmly that the elites practice rituals. And if you do any basic study in Aleister Crowley, if you read the book Chaos, if you started to put the pieces together, you would very much realize, okay, what are they believing in? This guy held an audience with presidents, elites. He was friends, by the way, with André Gide. He conducted magic in Algeria. Oh, Algeria. Yeah, in order to initiate yourself into his cult, you had to go to Algeria. That's interesting. That's about where Jean-Michel Trogneux stopped existing. Algeria played a very significant part in the story if you follow the Becoming Brigitte series. There's something about Algeria, André Gide, Algeria. We know what they're doing out there. But initiatory practices from Aleister Crowley and the elites, yeah, I'll tell you, this idea of sex magic is definitively a real thing that they believe in. The same people, is another thing that I would say, the same people, the same families have been in power for an extraordinarily long time. And I will tell you that the military is also heavily involved. That's one aspect that we see consistently from Chaos, speaking of one book we read in the book club, to Hollywood Babylon. This idea of the cult of military was a real component of this, high up in the military. And also, what you should know is that there is a guiding theology to this. It's a disturbing one. And now I understand what my husband said when he's like, Candace, everything is theology. I thought it was so strange when I met my husband and I'm like, what did you major in college? And they call it university in the UK. And they don't say that they major in it, but my husband read theology. And I was like, what an interesting, why theology? Why would you go with theology? It was a very muggle-like question of me, is what I'll say. And his answer was correct, because everything is guided by theology one way or the other. And if you don't think that you are being guided by theology, then you are definitively being guided by somebody else's theology. And there is no question in my eyes that they believe in what they are doing as a form of religion, right? That Brigitte Macron putting her in the Elysee Palace represented something to them, something disturbing to them. Because this isn't your average story. It's not like, oh, well, why can't someone just be transgendered? No, it's why, the bigger question is, why are all of the elites worldwide, all of the publications, the people with power colluding to gaslight the public about Brigitte. Why did they want to put her as the First Lady of France? What did that move represent to them?